We just started this in last July, and so far we've done 260 loans and just under 50 million. So we purchased about 1,200 properties, had just under 2,000 units.
Wow.
And then in 2023 and 2024, we went into sell mode, and we sold off right around 250 properties.
Everyone wants to know, like, what's the criteria? So if someone came up with a deal, let's say today or right after this video, once they get, your information and stuff, like, what are you looking for? Does the person need a certain credit score? Do they need to have a deal history done? Do they need to have a partner with them? Do they need to have a certain amount of financials within, their bank account? Like, what is the requirements, with getting money from you? Everyone wants to know how I'm getting all this money to purchase properties like this one right behind me. So I decided it would be a great idea to interview my private money lender. So with that being said, let's head over and go meet with him, go interview him and see what he has to say. And so you can see how I'm doing these deals so you can do the deals as well. So with that being said, let's head on over. So guys, I am here with my private money lender. I get this question all the time, like, how are you buying so many houses? So just wanted to bring him on the channel so you guys could hear from him actually. And then also at the end of the video, he's gonna talk more about how you can reach out to him if that's something you're looking for. I know a lot of people are looking to get into real estate investing and get, started with crushing deals and making a lot of money. So with that being said, I want to dive right in so that they can get some more information about you. So right now we're in Hanover, PA. I'm out in Harrisburg, but we came out here. And where do you guys typically lend? Like, are you just focused on a specific area? Are you open to going outside of Pennsylvania or?
Yeah, so as far as our lending, we're 100% focused just in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And pretty much South Central Pennsylvania.
South Central Pennsylvania. And I'm curious, like, how many loans have you guys lent on so far?
So far, so we just started this in last July, and so far we've done 260 loans and just under 50 million.
You said 50 million?
Yeah.
Wow. From last July?
Yeah. Yep.
That's insane. Now, I want to talk about, because people got to see, like, we're actually doing this stuff, and you guys seen in the intro outside of one of our properties, the purple property. I'm not going to say the address because I want people to pull up. But with that property there, I know that when me and my business partner at the time, we were looking at numbers and everything, it just didn't work out previously, but then we recircled a couple months later from what the seller wanted, since he wanted that higher price. And the numbers worked out with the rates being lower, and that's when I wrote up the document and sent it to you to see if this was something you would lend on. And we can dive deep into that process too. I know that with a lot of your clientele, is it different when people are writing deals, like opportunities towards you? Like, like with me, I like to write it in a document, kind of put the comps, put the price, put the objective, what we're looking for, what we need. Like, do you typically see that, or is it different with each client you're dealing with?
Every client is very different. I wish every client was as organized as you are and gave as much detail. It makes it a lot easier. But yeah, I get from sometimes just an address to a full write-up like yours. So yeah, it's definitely a big range of what we get.
Now, and you're quick too, because I think you probably replied from the email maybe a couple hours later, not even, pretty fast, just to let us know if it's something you would lend on or not. Now, how are you able to come up with your numbers so fast? Are you running the numbers to make sure it's a good opportunity for you to lend on, or?
Yeah, for the most part, if it's on the purchase side, I look at all the numbers. If it's one that I'm not sure of, I have to pull in the master here, and he can help me work through the ARV and stuff. But we have a system that we built out. We've probably been building it out for like the past probably 6 years now.
Wow.
And it runs our entire business, from the financials to acquisitions, dispositions, and now even for the lending side. So
yeah.
I probably input maybe about five different fields, and it spits out the numbers for me pretty quickly.
Yeah, I will say I like how, because I dealt with another lender before, and it's different dealing with different lenders as well, and how you have it. You literally, I like all the spreadsheet stuff, so you have it very organized as well. And literally right off the bat, you're like, all right, we'll move forward with it. You get, I think it's Brooklyn on the team. Brooklyn and some of the other girls, they'll send me the email. We need this, this, and this. Very organized. We just send that out, and then we're pretty much good to go. Once we have the homeowners insurance and everything, and then get to closing table. So with that deal, I will say with him lending on that, it turned out to be, it's really good. You even said if the numbers don't even work out, you guys would end up buying it. But turns out we do have a buyer for it after we purchased it for $585. So this would be a really good deal. It's gonna be a really good deal here. So I wanna talk about SPG Capital. So that's your company, your lending company. You guys also have been in the game since you've done rentals as well. So you know both sides of the lending plus also the rentals. So that kind of gives you an even more advantage of these other lenders that have just done the lending side of things. So tell me a little bit about SPG Capital, how that came about.
Yeah, so SPG started in 2013. Pretty much from 2013 all the way up through 2023, we were in just acquisition mode. So we purchased about 1,200 properties, had just under 2,000 units.
Wow.
And then in 2023 and 2024, we went into sell mode, and we sold off right around 250 properties.
Wow.
So that kind of brought us to where we are today, and 2025 has just been really focused on the lending piece of the business.
Awesome. Now, I know that everyone wants to know, like, what's the criteria? So if someone came up with a deal, let's say today or right after this video, once they get, your information and stuff, like, what are you looking for? Does the person need a certain credit score? Do they need to have a deal history done? Do they need to have a partner with them? Do they need to have a certain amount of financials within, their bank account? Like, what is the requirements, with getting money from you?
Yeah, so first and foremost, the number one thing that we look at is the asset. So really focus on the asset, and do we like the asset? Is it one that we would purchase? And if so, then we can kind of move on to the next step. The next thing that I look for is the loan that we're going to provide. Does it align with the plan or the strategy or the goal of the investor?
Right.
Is it going to help them to either get it to the point where they can sell it or they can refinance the property? If we fit in that bucket, kind of onto the next piece of it, which then it just comes down to, do I think that borrower can execute the plan? Basically from purchase to the exit, can they execute?
Right.
If I think they can execute, I'm not going to worry too much about credit score, financials. I'm really just want to know if they can execute, and just kind of going off gut from that piece. And then most important, the last thing we look at is the investor going to make money, or are they going to meet the goals, like what they want the outcome to be?
Right.
And if the answer to that is yes, to me that's probably the most motivation for anybody to get a project done, is if they have a dollar amount, or if they have profit at the end of the deal. That's should be, or probably more motivation than you need.
So are you saying someone can come up to you with completely no experience, with a solid deal, but no experience, and still get funding?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So we've helped a couple new investors who they couldn't get funding anywhere else. And the one that I'm thinking about right now, he started with, he helped other investors buy and sell properties.
Yeah.
But he never actually did one from start to finish on his own. Back in, I think, August or September, he kind of let me know that this was what he wanted to do, and his goal was to have to do one flip by the end of the year.
Yeah.
He ended up doing 2 by the end of the year, and he's
Wow.
on his 3rd or 4th one
No
right
way.
now. So
That's awesome.
that's pretty. It was pretty cool just to see him be able to go from 0 to 4 properties in a couple
Right.
months.
That's really good. And I think another benefit, well, I know another benefit with working with you guys is, like I said, you have all that back end experience of, rentals, fix and flips as well. So it's basically, you're not only the private money lender, you're also like the mentor too, which is nice. But with that being said, so people can see that you don't need experience. As long as you find a good deal, you can get the funding for it. Now, for rentals, like if you find a good deal and you ending up wanting to keep the property, or if you go into the property thinking you're going to fix and flip but end up wanting to keep it, I want to talk about like the refinance side of things, because you guys created that department on, with SPG Capital, with being able to refinance. So if you guys want to touch a little bit on that.
Yeah, sorry, my name's Devin. I work with Ryan, and I take care of the permanent financing side of things. And I want to say that the permanent financing, it kind of completes the loop from the finance world. It's the product that we have available on the purchase end. It's super competitive,
Yeah.
super flexible, like you said. But the one key piece when we see investors purchase rentals is closing that loop on the permanent refi end. Run into like pretty frequent challenges, where people have appraisal issues, a lender pulls the rug on them last minute. Just navigating that space, if it's not navigated correctly, can really result in an investor leaving more money in the deal than they anticipated. And that kind of, holds them back from growing and buying more. And it really kind of just, it's one of those things where, us as a borrower, because we're a borrower first and an investor first, we've had a ton of experience navigating that market over the last 6 years that I've been with SPG. And it's something that we like to extend to our borrowers now that we have this in place.
That's awesome. You guys are a one-stop shop at the end of the day, which is really nice, makes things a lot easier. So that's great. And it just made me think of as well, when you're talking about appraisals and stuff, like you guys, when you're lending on these deals, you're not having someone come out to see the property. You're making sure that we get good photos, good videos, good walkthroughs, just so you guys can see. So that's another bonus, because that could waste time just having an appraiser come out, because time is of the essence with real estate. And then also, like, every time there's a draw in place, it's not like there's an inspector that has to come. You have to wait for the inspector to come to get that next draw. It's like, all right, get the photos, get the videos, show it to you guys, you approve, get that draw, move on to the next portion of the project. So I do like how efficient you guys are with that. But is there anything that you think we haven't? Actually, I do want to talk about, if you can, the rates, or the points as well. Like a rough estimate. I know it's different per person, but just a rough estimate of what you guys.
Would this be for the purchase end or the refi end?
Let's do purchase and refi.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start with the purchase.
Yeah, so on the purchase side, we pretty much have like two main products. The one is just for purchase money, and on the points we're anywhere from 3 to 3.5.
Okay.
And then rate at 9.95.
Awesome.
And then we'll also do rehab money. So if it's purchase and rehab, same origination, 3 to 3.5, and then 10.95 on the rate.
Sounds good. And then for the refinance?
Yeah, on the refi end, I'm going to speak all lender language, but also the great thing about us is we look at the asset first, like Ryan said. So it's not so FICO contingent. In the space that I play in, it's a little bit more FICO contingent, but I'd say your average run-of-the-mill deal, normal FICO scores, rates are in like the mid 7s to low 7s.
Okay.
For like your more like max loan to value, which in the space right now is on average 75%, sometimes 80%, depending on the deal.
Yeah.
And then on like maybe your lower leverage, 70%, 65%, you can get in like the high 6s.
Gotcha.
The one thing with like the DSCR market is, rates tend to fluctuate.
Yeah.
But I think the one key piece is like, at least my take, I'm not some whiz kid when it comes to interest rates, but I don't think they're really going anywhere.
Right.
I think there's a kind of a point in time over the last couple months where a lot of people were kind of parked on the sidelines, really anticipating some huge like swing in rates. I don't see it. A lot of the guys that I work with don't see it. I try to tell everyone that I talk to on a daily basis that's kind of like considering, a refi or hanging tight. If it pencils, just get it done.
Right.
The biggest thing is to just get it done. And what I typically find is that rate remorse that people think they're going to have, or what if rates come down? If anything, 6 months from now, if I have to eat my words and the rates are 1% lower or 1.5% lower, if anything, you're just going to look for more opportunity with those rates. Right. So that's just kind of my take on rates. But points, typically, we're around like 3%. And that encapsulates the lender's fees as well as our fees. So that's kind of just like a baseline of where we like to be at on the refi end.
And then also on the refi, is there a minimum credit score?
Yeah, so the minimum credit score with DSCR lenders is typically 660.
Okay.
Now, back to the pricing point, that's going to obviously affect the numbers that I just mentioned.
Right.
I feel like I have to put asterisks beside everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, 660 will get you through. Obviously anything over 700 really makes things competitive. But yeah, and then obviously if there's like a partnership, like at least one member has to be at least 660 between the two. So.
Oh, so you don't go with like the lowest person?
No, they'll take the higher score, but one
wow.
person at least needs to be 660.
Okay, awesome,
Yeah.
Awesome. So I feel like we touched on just about everything. And if you guys have more questions, I'm gonna leave Ryan's information down below. But just so they can know, like, it came from YouTube, can we, like, I don't know, is there like something we can do? I don't know, I can put your email down below. You want people to reach out through your email, or? A lot of people may be reaching out.
Yeah, my email. We can put Devin's email there too.
Okay,
Yep.
So guys, if you want to connect with Ryan, you're a PA, you need some lending, and by chance, do you know of other lenders that are outside of PA for the ones that are watching outside?
So if it's for purchase money, we are constrained to South Central Pennsylvania. We do have a couple, probably 2 other referrals that we could probably make. So
Okay.
feel free to reach out, and we can make those
Awesome.
connections. On the permanent side, we can do those pretty much nationwide, right? Yeah,
No way.
nationwide.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys heard that here first. So I'm gonna make sure to have their emails.
And that's a DK guarantee.
There you go. I'm gonna make sure to have their emails down below. And if you are emailing them in regards to a deal, just let them know that you came from the channel. You'll get some more love, some more support, I would say. And then also, I will leave a link to the video I did previously in regards to how to send your deals to private money lenders so that you can have a full-on template to make it super easy for you, but also for them to read as well. So if you guys want to check that out, I have the template completely for free that I do. So I'll make sure to leave that video down below, and then also just tag it somewhere on this video. But is there any like final words you guys want to say, or anything that popped into mind? No? I think we said it all. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Go subscribe if you're not subscribed. And with that being said, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.